Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. I apologize for the noise of the heater in this hotel room. It's very loud. Hopefully it goes off at some point while I'm talking. Um, so I'm just updating everybody on my recovery journey and fighting our corrupt medical system and corrupt health insurance system. Well, let's see. Today I had a bit of a quieter day. Yesterday I filed an appeal with my health insurance company to get them because they denied me access to the skilled nursing care that I was planning on going to. And like I said, they dropped the ball. Like at the last place, while they're doing therapy, it's great, but they did not do all the therapy I was promised. The biggest one was starting to work on bending my knee. That is huge, huge. The surgeon told me eventually I'm going to get arthritis and I'll need a knee replacement. I'm not looking forward to another surgery, let me tell you. He did tell me that moving the knee, being active, is what will stave off the arthritis longer. Now, I already know this because on the same leg, my left leg, I was born with hip dysplasia. And they fixed it when I was a baby, excuse me. They fixed it when I was a baby. But around the age of 12, I started to suffer from bursitis. But what I picked up on right away was when it was bothering me, if I stretched my hip, moved it, walked, at that age I was to running around, playing hide and seek with my friends, stuff like that. If I did that, the pain would go away. And my parents were told when I was a baby that one day I would have arthritis. Well, because I had learned at the age of 12 that when it was hurting, to use it even more, exercise it more, stretch it, I was not diagnosed with arthritis until I was like 53, 54, somewhere around there. And it was mild arthritis. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. I was like, man, it's a miracle. Because I had expected to get arthritis at a much younger age. But because I had caught on to that, natural remedy when I was young, I knew that. And so my knee is like, I want to start getting it moving, but I don't want to do it myself and do it the wrong way and make things worse for myself. So they were supposed to work on that with me. They did not. On my left leg, I'm down to one good joint, my ankle. I'd like to keep that, but I want to get the other working too. This is also affecting my bad hip too. So that's bothering me, so I need to learn that movement so I could get my leg moving. They also did not teach me, as promised, how to do basic everyday things under the circumstances I am currently in. For instance, moving around a kitchen and preparing myself even a simple meal safely with a walker or even the wheelchair. I'm hoping more of the walker, but it's hard to stand at a counter and even make a cup of coffee in a coffee maker, I have found. I tried doing that a few times and it wasn't pretty. I almost fell over. So it's like they never did that, never taught me how to, the kitchen. None of this stuff that I was promised was ever done in physical therapy, and they kicked me to the curb. And so when I decided to come to Ohio, we've been trying to get this approved. For this skilled nursing, they also have PT there and OT, so that I can move along further with my recovery. I know my leg will never be the same again but I know I'll be able to walk again. And I really, really uh, want to do my best to either avoid, if that's possible, or stave it off as long as possible, the arthritis. Because I really don't want another operation. This is the first one I've ever had in my life. And I'd like to not have another one. But anyways, so what I did was I put in an appeal. I received a call this morning from them saying that they will have an answer for me by Sunday. So that's good. And I hope it's the answer I want to hear because I need help. Also, I have no place to live. If they deny me, it's like, where do I go? I'm like, there's really no place for me to go, especially that is a place where it's wheelchair and walker accessible. I can only, because I only have one leg, I can only use the walker up for so long or for certain distances, short distances. I am trying to get it to be longer, but it's going to take some time in a while. And I'm getting there, but it's not good enough. Like, I could not take my walker and walk over to the hotel office. There's no way I could make it there. I would need my wheelchair. So that's what I need that kind of stuff for. And if I am having a bad time with the pain, I need the wheelchair. And I am trying to keep my oxycodone intake to a minimum. At the beginning, I was on it all the time. This isn't acceptable to me. So I've been trying to space it out. I went today. I hit my pain threshold at 11 hours, and then I couldn't take it anymore. And I had to have an oxycodone. So I'm working on these things, but there are certain things I'm afraid to do on my own because I don't want to, ruin what the surgeon did. I want to do it the right way. So I'm waiting on that. When I was at the ER, when they diagnosed the blood clots, they referred me to an orthopedic doctor. Found out this doctor is approved by my insurance company. I called to make an appointment. Well, here this doctor does not do lower extremities. They had one in their office, another doctor, who did do lower extremities. The problem is, I guess the tibia plateau, this shocked me, is a specialty. So not all orthopedic doctors do the tibia plateau. So they gave me a referral number. This was University Hospital of Cleveland, I called. They gave me their referral line and the Cleveland Clinic's referral line. So now you guys see also another reason I left for my recovery. I have left New Mexico and come up to Ohio. University Hospitals of Cleveland and Cleveland Clinic. I'm hoping to get better health care here also. So I have to call them and find a specialist. I still have to find a hematologist too to make sure the blood clots are gone. I do have my appointment. I got a primary care doctor for Monday morning. So if I can't find these two specialists, an orthopedic doctor and a hematologist, the primary care doctor can refer me to one. So I'm kind of like in a waiting mode. So I had a quieter day today. My son came today, my son and daughter-in-law. These wheelchair accessible hotel rooms only have one bed. And they're quite large. My son's thinking about him and my daughter-in-law sleeping on the floor here. And then he was like, he told my daughter-in-law to go back to his dad's house and he'd stay with me. And I'm like, no, it's your wife. Go be with your wife like you're supposed to. I'll be fine. I'm going to be sleeping. What do you think? I'm going to be you're dancing or something? No. So they did, and it worked. It worked just fine. And they come, every day, help me with errands or whatever. Today, just my son came, which was, I'm not going to say nice, but I appreciated that my daughter-in-law, because my 4 fur babies are staying at my ex-husband's house. So she stayed over there, which I kind of like, because they've been alone. They're so confused and scared. They've been alone. So having someone with them is good, and they're doing much better now. Much better. I just feel my cats were beside themselves, I'll tell you. They are back to themselves now, so I'm happy about that. So I'm waiting on word from the appeal and trying to get doctors. So while we're waiting, this is my last night in this hotel room, because it was reserved for someone else with a disability for tomorrow night. So I have to be out tomorrow. So the kids and I have decided, and my son and daughter-in-law came up with this idea. They said, how about if we just kind of like take a mini vacation someplace nearby, go someplace nice, someplace, well, like, I don't know if they came up with a place yet, and stay overnight there, make it like a one-night vacation while we're waiting to hear about the appeal. And I told them, I said, with all this stress and this whole nightmare we have been through for the last, well, it's been over 3 weeks now, I said, I think we deserve it. So we're going to go do something simple and quiet, spend the night tomorrow while we're waiting on word about, well, what's going to happen to me next. So I'm telling you, the corruption, the negligence in both our medical and health insurance is ridiculous. It really is. My son and I were talking yesterday. How much one medication pill costs in our country, in the United States of America, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. In other countries, it's cheaper for some reason. When you find out how much it is to produce one of these pills, it's so cheap, it's not even funny. Then you have this thing, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember the name of the medication. My mother's on it. I think it's a weekly injection for diabetes. This is the first and only medication that has actually helped my mother keep her diabetes under control. Yet I'm hearing they are giving this medication to children for obesity. And then there's a shortage for those who have diabetes. Now, there's 2 problems with this. The people with diabetes need it. The other one, the solution for obese children is so simple, natural, and safe. And these children wouldn't have to be on an injection for the rest of their lives. Get good, healthy food, pure food, natural food, non-GMO, organic food, and get outside and play. Go play hide and seek, kick the can, freeze tag. When I was a child, it was so rare for any child to be obese. It was just so rare. Now it's common. And they want to make these children even more ill by putting them on an injection they would need for the rest of their lives. Why would we want to do that? Don't we want the best for our children? Don't we want them to live long, healthy lives? Why would we do this? See, it doesn't make any sense. None of this does. Okay? And it's just, like I said in my other video, it's not healthcare, it's abuse. Modern medicine is great for an emergency like mine, most of the time. My surgeon that I had, I'm sorry, for some reason I'm very hoarse today. My surgeon that I had, he was great, good surgeon, really great doctor. I had great therapists at the rehab hospital. But there are those involved in the system who don't have good intentions. Yeah, I received an email from Lovelace Rehab Hospital asking me to do a review on Google of them. And I was like, you really want me to? Me? So I go on there. For the most part, yes, they do have good reviews. However, I was honest with mine. They got 1 star from me. And I was honest. And I went to go read the other reviews where they got a poor rating. And every single one was very similar to my situation. It did have to do with the case manager. In one situation, the case manager just wanted to go on vacation and push the patient out. So I guess they have their reasons for, well, kicking you to the curb when it's convenient for them. I am not entirely sure what my reason was. And I don't understand how you get to the hospital, you have like 1 or 2 days of rehab, and then they have a meeting on when you should be discharged. I don't understand how you can decide that after 1 or 2 days of rehab. You don't know at what point that person's going to be at on that discharge day. So I, for whatever reason, didn't get what I was promised. And I'm not happy with where I am in my recovery. I am not. And my surgeon told me as soon as I can bend that knee enough to get behind the wheel of my truck, I can drive. Imagine the freedom that would give me, the independence. But I am not at that point. And I was tempted to look on YouTube and get some physical therapy exercises to start bending my knee. But I keep thinking, this was and I had so many people at both hospitals tell me this, a very serious injury, and this was major surgery. So I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to hurt myself more. Do I really want to take that chance? So it's like, it's hard. I want to get moving. I want to be independent again. But I want to be careful too. So that's where I'm at so far. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.